Good Thursday morning, and thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dusty Sonnenberg. Well, clear skies, 61 degrees on the barn thermometer. We've got hay down, and the weather forecast here looks like dry conditions the next several days. Should be great for making hay. Also very pleasant if you're headed out to the Ohio State Fair or any of a number of county fairs going on this week. This quick calendar reminder, tune in at midday today as Dale will be broadcasting from the Ohio State Fairgrounds with the American Dairy Mideast. He'll be at the Dairy Products Building. Then coming up on Friday, he'll be broadcasting from the Seneca County Fair. That's thanks to Ag Credit. Stop out and see them. And you can join the Ohio Soybean Association Hometown Tour on July 30th. That's at Cargill in Sydney. You can enjoy breakfast along with a dynamic program designed to enhance your operation. Register for this free event at www.soyohio.org/hometown tour. Let's check in now with our weekly update from the Ohio Soybean Council. I'm visiting this morning with Scott Porter. He is the CEO and founder of Dynamic Green Products. Scott, a lot of good things that you guys have going on, really making waves in the industry, and a neat thing for Ohio soybean farmers that you're working with the Ohio Soybean Council and Arable Labs, finding new uses for our soybean oil. If you can, talk about maybe some of the partners you have in the industry that are really taking this out to the marketplace.
Sure. Thank you, Dusty. Our biggest public partner is Stanley Black & Decker. You might recognize some of their brands. They are global brands like DeWalt, Craftsman, Stanley Black & Decker, Mac Tools, Cub Cadet, Hustler, and others. We have other relationships with large OEMs we can't disclose yet, but again, brands that you know, love, and trust and can find at major retailers. So we want to make sure that our products are aligning with the tools and equipment that the folks in the ag, landscape, and tree care use on a daily basis.
A lot of good things going on. Again, I am visiting with Scott Porter, founder and CEO of Dynamic Green Products. They are a bio-based lubricant manufacturer working with the Ohio Soybean Council and Arable Labs. And this update once again brought to you by the Ohio Soybean Council and your soybean checkoff dollars at work. Let's check in now on your Thursday morning weather forecast, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com.
More pleasant weather conditions trying to today. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at your forecast update. Cooler air spilling out of the Great Lakes down into Ohio, and less humid air as well. However, through midday and early afternoon, we're probably still going to have to talk about some pop-up scattered showers in southern parts of Ohio. This is where the cooler air is still interacting with the very warm, muggy air mass down to our south. I think we're done with that as we approach a sunset in southern Ohio. Everybody has a beautiful evening in store. And then pretty nice weather for tomorrow and for Saturday. A little bit warmer on Saturday, but the humidity values stay in check right on through the start of the weekend. We really heat things up and really see the humidity start to move to higher levels for Sunday, and that triggers thunderstorms Sunday afternoon and evening. Continued unsettled weather Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mixed clouds and sunshine, hot, humid. Afternoon and midday thunderstorms and showers can pop up at any time. Daily coverage 60% over the 3.5-day stretch. Probably 90% coverage of moisture. And I'll put totals right now combined at 1/4 to 1 inch at least. Less frequent activity Thursday, Friday, but we're not out of the woods because heat continues to build. I'm looking for us to be in the mid 80s to near 90 as we move through midweek. Second half of next week, lower 90s all over Ohio. I think we're looking at some very warm air in here. So pop-up thunderstorms still possible. The best chances, though, farther north up into Michigan and Ontario. I think we just get the crumbs down this way late next week. That's a look at your forecast update. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more after this.
Hey, Ohio! Don't miss the Ohio State Fair July 24th through August 4th.
With fair favorites like the Butter Cow sculpture, livestock animals,
Endless shopping,
delicious fair food,
free live music, thrilling rides and games,
competitions, and so much more.
Enjoy all that the Ohio State Fair has to offer now through Sunday, August 4th.
Tickets on sale at the gate or at ohiostatefair.com.
Hey Ohio, exciting news coming to you from Ohio's Country Journal. Subscribe or renew your free subscription by September 20th of 2024 and you could win one of 4 50-inch televisions. Ohio's Country Journal is free, but subscribers have to renew their subscriptions every 3 years to continue to receive it. Subscribe or renew to stay updated on all things Ohio, from agricultural insights to rural lifestyle. Don't miss out. Visit our website today at ocj.com/renew. Taking a look at your agricultural headlines, a new proposed label for Tavium, which is Syngenta's dicamba herbicide, would maintain over-the-top application of the product in soybeans, but only through the V2 growth stage or until June 12th, whatever would come the first. On Tuesday, the U.S. EPA published a notice of receipt in the Federal Register and announced the start of the 30-day public comment period for Tavium, which contains the active ingredient S-metochlor and dicamba for use on tolerant soybeans and cotton. The agency stated that because the application involves a new patent for dicamba, it is required to provide a comment period on the registration application consistent with the Federal Insecticide, Fungicide, and Rodenticide Act. Now, the EPA is also seeking comment on the associated draft label that was submitted by Syngenta. With the announcement, Syngenta joins Bayer and BASF in submitting new labels for their previously registered over-the-top dicamba products. It comes more than 5 months after a federal court in Arizona vacated the product's 2020 registrations, and public comment periods for proposed registrations and labels for Bayer's XtendiMax and BASF's Ingenia herbicides ended on June 3rd and July 5th, respectively. They did receive nearly 23,000 comments combined. Now, the proposed label for Tavium would allow the application to dicamba-tolerant soybeans before, during, and immediately after planting, as well as over the top until the crop reaches that V2 growth stage when the second trifoliate leaf is fully unfolded, or until June 12th, whichever would come first. The previous label of that over-the-top application in soybeans was until V4 or until June 30. Now, Syngenta's proposed label for Tavium mirrors BASF's proposed label for Ingenia with the same growth stage and cutoff dates. The proposed label for Bayer's XtendiMax product also carries that same June 12th cutoff date, but did not include any over-the-top applications in soybeans. The federal court's action vacated the 2020 registration of Tavium, Ingenia, and XtendiMax and led the EPA to issue an existing stocks order for the 2024 season, allowing for the use of the herbicides already distributed from product registrants following application cutoff dates on previously approved labels. Sale and distribution of these three dicamba products for use in soybeans and cotton was prohibited in all states as of June 30th, the same as the final over-the-top application cutoff date for soybeans, and application to cotton allowed for that to continue until July 30 of this year. In other agricultural headlines, the average retail price for most fertilizers continues to decline. That's as of the third week of this month. According to sellers that were surveyed, prices for 7 of the 8 major fertilizers were slightly lower than last month. DAP had an average price of $756 a ton. MAP came in at $821 a ton, while potash was at $503 a ton. Urea was at $506 a ton, while anhydrous was at $696 a ton. UAN 28 was at $339 a ton, while UAN 32 was $377 per ton. Now, the price of one fertilizer, that being 1034-0, was unchanged from a month ago. That starter fertilizer's price remained at $642 a ton. So on a price per pound nitrogen basis, the average urea price was 55 cents a pound, anhydrous was 42 cents a pound, UAN 28 was 61 cents a pound unit nitrogen, and UAN 32 came in at 59 cents per pound. Now, in a Rabobank report titled Tightening the Corn Belt, How U.S. Farmers Adjusted Input Spending When Commodity Prices Fall, economists took a closer look at how U.S. corn farmers respond with their inputs in a lower margin environment. Clear patterns emerge in the different input categories according to that report. Now, fertilizer expenditures show quite a bit of elasticity. Lower fertilizer prices generally should bulk the changes in expenditures, but farmers may also adjust volumes by making withdrawals in their farm's fertility bank. The report said the factor affecting fertilizer volumes is affordability. This is a function of both the grain and fertilizer prices, which tend to move in tandem, but are also affected by many independent factors, that according to Rabobank. For the years ahead, affordability will improve, but a drop in U.S. corn acreage means total fertilizer use may be flat. All fertilizers except one are lower compared to a year ago. MAP is 1% more expensive looking back to last year, but anhydrous is 2% less expensive. DAP is down 6%. 1034-0 is 11% less expensive, while UAN 28 is 12% lower, urea is 15% lower, potash is down 17%, and UAN 32 is 18% lower compared to where it was 1 year ago. Stay tuned. We'll be back to take a look at the markets after this. Hey Ohio, exciting news coming to you from Ohio's Country Journal. Subscribe or renew your free subscription by September 20th of 2024 and you could win one of 4 50-inch televisions. Ohio's Country Journal is free, but subscribers have to renew their subscriptions every 3 years to continue to receive it. Subscribe or renew to stay updated on all things Ohio, from agricultural insights to rural lifestyle. Don't miss out. Visit our website today at ocj.com/renew. Attention farmers, join us this summer for the Ohio Soybean Hometown Tour. Come learn about the policy, agronomic, and checkoff related issues that impact your business. See the latest artificial intelligence technology in action, or learn how specialty markets can be worth your while even while prices are up. CCAs, CPAGs, CPSSs, and CPSCs who attend are eligible to receive 1 CEU of credit. Hometown tour dates and locations are July 30th at the Cargill facility in Shelby County, August the 6th at Arable Research Lab in Delaware County, August 7th at the Bridgewater Dairy in Williams County, and August 14th at Beck's Hybrids facility in Madison County. Visit soyohio.org to learn more. It's time now for your Thursday morning Louis Dreyfus grain analysis, brought to you by the Ohio Soybean Council and your soybean checkoff. Let's check in with Ryan Martin.
Grain markets finished mixed to mostly lower on Wednesday, a reversal of a trend that we had in here to start the week. At midday yesterday, we were still penciling in a fairly decent amount of green. Only soybeans were weaker, but we did see everything kind of unwind as we moved through the afternoon. Corn fading back to nearly unchanged. Wheat stayed positive, but well off the double-digit highs. And then you got the old soybeans that just gave it up, finishing double digits lower, about 11 to 12 cents overall. Now, soybeans two-sided trade was a little bit of a follow-through on the upside from earlier in the week. However, the headline about Biden dropping out and the Trump trade and all of that pretty much had run its course by midday yesterday, and you got back to trading weather. Most of the headlines I saw yesterday were weather somewhere. The central U.S. heat and dryness is going to be expanding here over the next week to 10 days. That's an important feature on the day-to-day basis, especially with corn pollinating and beans really trying to grow very, very quickly. Brokers estimate that Managed Money purchased about 3,400 contracts of wheat yesterday, 5,400 corn, but ended up flat on soybeans. No new export sales announced yesterday for corn, beans, or wheat. Rumors were running rampant, especially early on, that China was back asking for offers for U.S. late September and October beans out of the Gulf of Mexico. No confirmation of any trade, but if the Board of Trade continues to pull back like it did to finish yesterday, low prices cure low prices. You bet China's going to be back and becoming a much more active buyer during the late July and August period. The U.S. consumed about 322 million bushels of corn last week to produce ethanol. That was down 3 million bushels from the prior week, which was third highest of all time. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's take a look at your markets, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the close, December corn was up 0.75 cents per bushel. November soybeans finished down 11.5 cents a bushel, and September Kansas City wheat was up 0.75 cents, while September Chicago wheat closed up 4.25, and September Minneapolis wheat was down 3.75 cents. Now taking a look at your overnight trade, September corn is trading down 1.75 at $4.02. December new crop down 1.5 at 4.16 1/2 cents, and corn for March at 25 down 1.5 at 4.30 3/4 cents. Soybeans for August are trading down 5 3/4 cents at $11 5 1/4 cents. November new crop beans are down a nickel at $10.59. And looking out to January, those beans trading 5 1/4 cents lower at $10.72 1/2 cents. Wheat for September is down 1/4 penny at $5.46 3/4 cents. July of 25 wheat is up 3/4 penny at $6.07, and wheat for September of 25 is up 3/4 cents at $6.17. August live cattle ended the day up 60 cents at $186.90. October cattle ended up 15 cents at $186.27 1/2. August lean hogs closed the day up 12.5 cents at $93.77 1/2, and October lean hogs up 90 cents at $78.02 1/2 cents. Feeder cattle for September closed the day down $1.90 at $256.70, and October feeders down $2.05 at $256.37 1/2 cents. Class 3 milk for August is up 4 cents at $20.47. You're listening to the Ohio AgNet.